Saving for long-term goals like a new house or a dream vacation can be challenging, but there are ways to simplify the process to meet your financial goals. And joining us today is former financial executive and Wall Street Journal bestselling author Jason Tartick, who is teaming up with Capital One to share important saving strategies. Jason is also host of Apple's top chartering business podcast, Trading Secrets, and is a past contestant on The Bachelorette. So, Jason, why is it so important to have a strategy for saving?
Yeah, I think one of the things you said was simplify the strategy, right? And I think in general, what we should all know back home is we execute strategies every day, from when we're going to wake up, how many cups of coffee to have, maybe how many glasses of wine. So taking a similar strategic approach to our finances and savings is so important. A few things to know. The earlier you start, the better you'll be off. But rest assured, if you're late to the game, it's never too late. I always have this thing I say, if you didn't save yesterday, well, let's start today. And let me just give one saving strategy I think that is very easy to implement. Just decide a dollar amount that works for you. Look at your paycheck, commit to that dollar amount, and every time it comes in, take those monies and deploy them towards a means of making money on your money, which is just such a crucial thing here in 2023.
What do you recommend to people who are looking to enhance their saving strategy?
Yeah, so you had mentioned I'm from Bachelor Nation, the best part of reality TV. People joke around, you got your 15 minutes of fame, right? We talk about relevance and what's trending. Well, what is running its course right now and trending everywhere in the savings world is going to be CDs. If you don't know CDs, they're known as certificates of deposits. Things you should know. They're simple, they're safe, and they're straightforward. And right now in this world of the market and the economy, change is really the only constant. So to have something that will give you a fixed rate of return over the term that you select is such an opportunity to plan for the future. So CDs are extremely relevant in the savings world today. And when you look at a CD, one of the most important things you want to look at is the interest rate return. And what I've found is the most competitive interest rate out there, in my opinion, is the Capital One 360 CD.
And what else do we need to know about opening a CD?
So one of the big things that we want to know when thinking about opening a CD is we sometimes get paralyzed by the action. It sounds good, it looks good, but I don't know if I could qualify for that. And the good thing to know is with Capital One's 360 CD, you don't have to worry about that. It's customizable to you. You don't need that big six-figure salary to start, and there's no minimum balances that are required. So you can put an amount in that best suits you, pick the term that's best for your financial future, and you can rest assured that you'll have a guaranteed rate of return during the time that you're saving this monies that you deploy.
How important is it to consider the risks associated with investing in a CD?
So one of the things we talked about was simplifying savings. And when we think about risk assessment, that's a lot, especially if we're just getting started with simplifying our savings and putting a strategy in place. But know that, again, just like we deploy strategies, we deploy a risk assessment every day. I lock the door at the end of the night, right? That's a risk assessment. So when we look at CDs, we could rest assured knowing a few things. We're going to have a fixed rate of return that we know is coming in. We know it's guaranteed and we know it's safe. Why do we know it's safe? Because that original deposit is going to be insured up to the FDIC allowable limits. Now, one thing you always have to think about with CDs as we weigh the risk is whatever money you decide to deploy to make money on your money with a CD, you want to make sure the term you select works for your financial needs in your future, because there are early payment penalties. If you do take that money out, they will assess an early withdrawal penalty.
Where can we go for more information?
So for more information on interest rate, structure, and strategies, you'll just go to CapitalOne.com.
Jason, thanks so much for joining us today and sharing all this great information.
Thank you for having me.